Bairstow's cup of woe overflowed. 3 missed chances behind the stumps yesterday, now this. While ecstatic West Indian fans invaded the pitch, Bairstow was in tears back in the pavilion. It was enough to make even a tough Yorkshireman cry. But is there a batting lineup anywhere in the world that can stand up to this?
Barbados late last night. The news stunned the members of the touring party who've had so many problems during the last 2 months. The players learned the news from the manager in the team headquarters. It was agreed that today's play would go ahead.
There'll be hundreds and thousands of cricketers who will feel this loss very sadly. In Australia and India, Pakistan, New Zealand, all the major cricketing countries. And Kenny was putting back into the game far more than he ever took out it as a player. He was so enthusiastic with our younger cricketers, and I think he saw this difficult tour, and difficult on the field, and difficult to win test matches, as one in which he hoped that as many as possible of our younger cricketers would come back better players. But his boyish enthusiasm, his infectious grin and so on and so forth, kept us all happy, great sense of humour, and the game would be very much the poorer. And
during the tour, Ken Barrington was in charge of the practice sessions and the nets. It was his job to organise the batting and the bowling, and then help to select the team. Today, Jeff Miller took over the job as the England players prepared for the 3rd day of the test match.
We knew that he had some sort of heart failure before, a couple of years ago, somewhere in Australia. But, he looked so vigorous here. He's enjoying every moment of it, and it's a pity that he had to go like that.
10 minutes before the match began, the 2 sides lined up in front of the pavilion to pay their respects to a man who was admired and respected throughout the world, particularly here in the West Indies, where he toured twice as a player. Michael Blakey, BBC, Barbados.
Tomorrow, after an injury to Ian Botham.
West Indies began the day with a lead of 149 with 9 wickets in hand, and it was their number 11 batsman, Colin Croft, who punished the England bowlers. Croft, the night watchman, batted for more than 90 minutes and made his highest score of 33. Today was his 28th birthday, and he must have been pleased with his knock. Ian Botham took the last 3 wickets in the first innings, and with England's position looking hopeless, needed wickets today. Desmond Haynes gone for 25, and the West Indies lead had reached 220. The situation was ripe for a vintage knock by Viv Richards, but he exploded only occasionally. The only humour in a sad day was provided by Jeff Boycott. Both of them had to leave the field with a damaged hand, and Boycott took over. Everyone thought he'd gone a bit too far when he appeared to prepare to bowl. It's an act he's done before, but somehow today it seemed to strike the right note. So humour from Boycott, then more aggression from Viv Richards. The only possible result England can hope for now must be a draw. Michael Blakey, BBC, Barbados.
And the latest score we have, with just a few overs to go on the 3rd day, is West Indies.
The home side declared 522 runs.